continue to inform our policy and governance. As I promised on Sunday, this conversation will not be in vain. I will not only champion for the cause of issue-based, policy-oriented, and tribeless engagement on critical national issues, but also provide a framework for this conversation to be processed and its outcomes implemented. However, must be conducted in a manner that respects and foundational conversation on any subject matter must be conducted in a manner that respects and honors the foundational values upon which our nation is established, namely constitutionalism, the rule of law, and respect for institutions. It is very painful for Kenya that a conversation this crucial was hijacked by dangerous people who have caused us the kind of loss we have incurred as a nation today. It is possible that the criminals who rained terror on innocent people and attempted to challenge our law enforcement deployments are still determined to continue with their dangerous behavior. I assure the nation of the government's determination to fulfill its constitutional duty of protecting the people of Kenya against all forms of harm. I hereby put on notice the planners, financiers, orchestrators, and abettors of violence and anarchy that the security infrastructure established to protect our republic and its sovereignty will be deployed to secure the country and restore normalcy. It is not in order or even conceivable that criminals pretending to be peaceful protesters can rain terror against the people, their elected representatives, and the institutions established under our Constitution and expect to go scot-free. We must isolate crime from democratic expression and separate criminals from people exercising the freedom of expression and divergent opinion. I shall continue to lead a government that is fully committed to maintaining the integrity of our state, promoting the unity of our nation, and enhancing the peace and security of all citizens and their livelihoods. I am bound under sacred constitutional mandate to respect, uphold, and defend the Constitution of Kenya, which declares that all sovereign power belongs to the people, and that this power shall be exercised only in accordance with the Constitution. The government will therefore uphold its constitutional mandate to secure our nation and its development, and shall treat every threat to national security and the integrity of our state as an existential danger to our republic. Accordingly, I assure Kenyans that we shall provide a full, effective, and expeditious response to today's treasonous events. Thank you.
To the House, this despite heavy gunfire and tear gas. The lawmakers, a majority who voted for the bill who were having lunch, had to quickly flee through the underground tunnel and evacuated to the Bunge Towers across Parliament, as a section of the youth outmaneuvered the police to enter the building through the Senate entrance. This broken fence, evidence of the violence witnessed here. Some of the opposition legislators who voted against the bill managed to walk out of the besieged building as they tried to speak to the protesters outside the building. In the ensuing chaos, the protesters set a section of Parliament ablaze. Both speakers of the House took to their heels in quick succession, their security detail and aides following as screams of the rioters grew louder and nearer. Security officials fired live ammunition that left several of the protesters dead outside Parliament. The youth who stormed Parliament left a wave of destruction inside and outside the august house. Well, the damage outside and inside Parliament is evident. You can see these posts that were broken by the protesters when they managed to get inside Parliament. But as at around 5:30 p.m., the situation has appeared to be a little more calm as police have increased their numbers here outside Parliament and pushing back the protesters. Earlier on, the situation was quite intense as a section of those protesters made their way inside Parliament. The damage is as this: broken windows, tables and chairs overturned, flag displays smashed against the floor. The level of vandalism raising questions of how the demonstrators managed to breach such a secure building. By evening, the security officers had managed to secure the building and the wrecker squad sealed it off. Zainab Ismail, NTV.
Thousands of protesters engaged in running battles with the security officers firing rubber bullets and tear gas to break up the crowds. The push by the protesters came just as MPs passed a controversial finance bill that introduced unpopular tax proposals. Police could be seen using live bullets in an attempt to prevent the youth from accessing the building, with protesters approaching from both City Hall and Uhuru Highway. In chaotic scenes, protesters overwhelmed police and chased them away in an attempt to storm the Parliament building. It was at this point that police reportedly fired live ammunition at the protesters, killing at least 5 people as protesters overran the security protocols and set some police cars ablaze. According to a statement by human rights groups, more than 30 people have been injured, with 13 of these people shot with live bullets, 4 with rubber bullets and 3 hit with launcher canisters. One person was shot dead, was wrapped in a Kenyan flag and carried away. Several bodies could be seen lying outside Parliament buildings. Sirens blared as ambulances drove into Parliament amid fears of the shooting of several protesters. The number of casualties could, however, rise. The unrest came as youth in at least 30 counties took to the streets to protest against the finance bill. Rozongoi, NTV.